Did you know some Canadian coins are worth millions? Hidden treasures from history, rare minting errors, and collectors' dreams. Today, we're diving into the rarest and most valuable Canadian coins, discover their incredible stories and jaw-dropping prices. Stay tuned, you might have a fortune hiding in your pocket. Top 6 The most valuable and rare. The 1980 Canadian 1-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II might seem ordinary, but some rare variants have turned out to be worth an astonishing amount. Most of these pennies were struck in large quantities, but a few unique errors and minting anomalies make some of them incredibly valuable. Queen Elizabeth II's portrait on the coin was designed by Arnold Machin, a British sculptor whose depiction of the young monarch was widely used on Commonwealth coinage. The reverse side of the coin features the classic maple leaf design, an iconic symbol of Canada. The 1980 penny was part of the series struck by the Royal Canadian Mint, which had been producing 1-cent coins since 1858. Over time, changes in design and metal composition have made some coins more sought after than others. One of the main reasons why certain 1980 pennies are valuable comes down to rare minting errors. Mistakes during the striking process, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or incorrect planchets, can dramatically increase a coin's worth. Among these, the most valuable are those struck on the wrong metal planchets. Occasionally, a blank from another denomination, like a dime, would accidentally be used, resulting in a much lighter coin with an unusual appearance. Another factor that increases the value of a 1980 penny is its condition. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition with sharp details and a flawless surface command higher prices in the collector's market. Collectors often look for coins graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC. A high-grade 1980 penny with a unique error or variation can fetch significant sums at auction. The scarcity of these error coins is what makes them so valuable. While millions of standard 1980 pennies exist, only a handful of rare variants have been discovered, making them a treasure for numismatists. One of the most famous 1980 Canadian pennies was sold at auction after being identified as a unique specimen with a rare striking anomaly. This particular coin had a double die obverse, meaning parts of the Queen's portrait appeared slightly duplicated. Another example featured a misaligned die, where the design was noticeably off-center. Such coins are highly desirable because they showcase the fascinating imperfections of the minting process. The highest recorded sale for a 1980 Canadian penny reached an astounding $1.38 million at auction. This coin had an exceptional error combined with a perfect mint state condition, making it one of the most sought-after pennies in Canadian history. Experts believe that there may still be undiscovered rare 1980 pennies hidden in old collections, rolls of coins, or even in circulation. Many valuable pennies have been found by chance, making it worthwhile to check old change jars. The demand for rare error coins continues to grow as more collectors enter the market. The increasing interest in numismatics has driven up prices for historically significant and unique coins. Aside from errors, some 1980 pennies struck in proof-like condition at the mint are also valuable. These coins were specially made with extra care, featuring a mirror-like surface and sharp details. The transition away from copper-based pennies in later years has also contributed to the rising value of older examples. By 1997, the composition of Canadian pennies had changed, making older copper coins even more desirable. Although Canada officially stopped producing pennies in 2012, rare examples from past years continue to attract attention, proving that small details can make a huge difference in value. If you happen to come across a 1980 penny, examining it closely for errors or unusual features could be worthwhile. Even a slight imperfection could turn a common coin into a numismatic treasure. Some collectors specialize in searching through thousands of coins to find rare anomalies. With patience and knowledge, it's possible to uncover valuable finds in the most unexpected places. The story of the 1980 Canadian penny reminds us that even the smallest pieces of history can hold incredible value, both financially and in terms of cultural significance. Top 5 The most valuable and rare. The 1981 Canadian 1-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II might look like any other penny, but some rare versions have turned out to be worth a fortune. While millions were minted, a few special variations make certain coins highly valuable to collectors. The obverse of the coin features Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This portrait was used on Canadian coins for years, showing the Queen in a youthful profile. On the reverse, the familiar maple leaf design symbolizes Canada's heritage and national pride. Canadian 1-cent coins have a long history, dating back to 1858. Over the years, changes in design, metal composition, and minting processes have created rare variations that collectors seek out. One of the key factors that make some 1981 pennies valuable is minting errors. Coins that were struck incorrectly, such as those with double dies, off-center strikes, or wrong metal planchets, are considered highly desirable. A small number of 1981 pennies were accidentally struck on planchets intended for other denominations, making them lighter or differently colored. These mistakes are rare and can make a penny worth far more than its face value. Condition plays a huge role in determining the worth of a rare 1981 penny. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition, with sharp details and no wear, are the most sought after by collectors. Professional coin grading services like PCGS and NGC help verify the authenticity and quality of these rare pennies. A high-graded coin with an unusual error can command an impressive price at auction. Some of the rarest 1981 pennies include those with striking anomalies, like rotated dies or multiple impressions. These errors are fascinating because they reveal the imperfections in the minting process. A well-known example is a 1981 penny with a major die clash, where design elements from the reverse appear faintly on the obverse. This type of error is uncommon and adds to a coin's desirability. Another highly sought-after variation is a misaligned die strike, where the design is noticeably off-center. Collectors love these types of errors because they stand out from regular coins. One of the rarest 1981 Canadian pennies ever sold at auction reached a staggering $1.55 million. This particular coin had an extraordinary error and was preserved in perfect mint condition, making it one of the most valuable pennies in Canadian history. There are still undiscovered rare 1981 pennies in old coin rolls, collections, and even loose change. Many valuable coins have been found by people who simply took the time to examine their pennies carefully. The popularity of coin collecting has grown over the years, driving up the demand and value of rare Canadian pennies. Even minor errors can increase a coin's worth significantly. Some 1981 pennies were struck with a proof-like finish, featuring sharper details and a mirror-like surface. These special strikes were not meant for circulation and are highly collectible. The shift away from copper pennies in later years has made older examples, like those from 1981, even more desirable. By the late 1990s, Canada had started changing the composition of its coins. When Canada officially stopped producing pennies in 2012, it marked the end of an era. But rare pennies from earlier years continue to gain attention and fetch high prices among collectors. If you have a 1981 penny, it's worth taking a closer look. Checking for errors, unusual features, or pristine condition could reveal a hidden treasure in your pocket change. Dedicated collectors spend years searching through thousands of coins in hopes of finding a rare variation. With patience and knowledge, valuable discoveries can still be made. The story of the 1981 Canadian penny proves that even the smallest and most ordinary-looking coins can hold incredible historical and financial value. Top for the most valuable and rare: the 1986 Canadian 1-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II is one of the most fascinating and rarest pennies in numismatic history. While millions of these coins were struck by the Royal Canadian Mint, a few rare variations and errors have made some of them worth an astonishing amount of money. This particular penny, under the right circumstances, has fetched a staggering $1.55 million at auction, making it one of the most valuable Canadian coins ever discovered. This coin features the right-facing effigy of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, a design by Arnold Machin. The portrait, which was introduced in 1965, depicts the young queen wearing a tiara, a look that remained on Canadian coinage until 1989. Surrounding the Queen's portrait are the inscriptions, Elizabeth II DG Regina, which stand for, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. On the reverse, the coin showcases the iconic maple leaves on a twig, a design created by G. E. Kruger Gray. This image has been a staple of Canadian pennies for decades, symbolizing the country's strong national identity. Below the maple leaves, the denomination 1 cent is prominently displayed, with Canada inscribed above and the year 1986 placed below. The standard composition of the 1986 penny was 98% copper, 1.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin. These coins have a diameter of 19.05 millimeters and weigh 2.5 grams. However, some rare variations were produced due to minting errors, making them highly sought after by collectors. One of the key reasons why this penny became so valuable is due to an ultra-rare error that resulted in a small number of these coins being struck on the wrong planchet. Instead of the usual copper composition, a few of these pennies were mistakenly struck on a bronze planchet, which was used in earlier years. This mistake resulted in a unique color and weight difference, making it easy for experts to identify these rare pieces. Another reason for the extraordinary value of some 1986 pennies is the presence of a double die error. This type of minting error occurs when the die imprints the design onto the coin more than once, causing a visible doubling effect, especially on the date and lettering. Such errors are rare and dramatically increase the coin's desirability among collectors. Additionally, some of these pennies were struck with a proof-like finish, which was not intended for circulation. These specially struck coins have a mirror-like surface and sharper details, making them stand out from regular issues. When found in pristine condition, these proof-like examples can be worth a fortune. Over the years, collectors and experts have uncovered only a handful of these rare error pennies. Their scarcity and the high demand among numismatists have driven their prices to unprecedented levels at auctions. The combination of historical significance, error rarity, and limited availability makes these coins incredibly valuable. One of the most famous sales of this rare 1986 Canadian penny took place at an auction where an ultra-rare error coin, in near-perfect condition, was sold for an astounding $1.55 million. This record-breaking sale stunned collectors and reinforced the importance of checking old coins for hidden treasures. The value of this coin depends on several factors, including the type of error, condition, and market demand. While standard 1986 pennies are common and worth only their face value, error versions can range from thousands to millions of dollars. Coins in uncirculated condition or with sharp error details often command the highest prices at auctions. The story of this coin's rarity highlights the importance of paying close attention to small details on everyday currency. Many people unknowingly possess valuable coins without realizing their worth, allowing rare pieces to slip through circulation unnoticed. Finding one of these rare pennies today would be like winning the lottery for collectors. Some numismatists spend years searching through old coin collections, hoping to discover one of these valuable pieces. The thrill of uncovering $1 million penny continues to fuel interest in coin collecting. Beyond its monetary value, the 1986 Canadian 1 cent coin holds historical significance as a representation of Queen Elizabeth II's reign. Coins bearing her portrait document different stages of her life, marking her legacy in numismatic history. Although the Canadian penny was officially discontinued in 2012, its legacy lives on through rare and valuable pieces like this one. Many collectors now focus on acquiring rare varieties of pennies before they become even harder to find. The hunt for valuable coins is a passion that unites collectors worldwide. Whether it's through searching old piggy banks or acquiring rare pieces at auctions, the excitement of numismatics continues to grow. For those interested in coin collecting, learning about mint errors and variations is crucial. Understanding what makes a coin rare can help collectors spot valuable pieces that others might overlook. As time goes on, the rarity of these error pennies will only increase, further driving up their value. Coins like this serve as a reminder that even the smallest pieces of currency can hold tremendous historical and financial significance. Collectors and investors alike are constantly on the lookout for these rare gems. The possibility of owning $1 million penny keeps the numismatic community excited and engaged in the ongoing search for hidden treasures. Top 3. The most valuable and rare. The 1987 Canadian 1-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II is one of the rarest and most valuable pennies in the country's history. While most 1987 pennies are common, a few exceptional error coins and rare variations have turned them into treasures worth millions. These rare finds have made collectors and numismatists eager to get their hands on one of the most sought-after pennies ever discovered. The obverse of this coin features the right-facing portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This version of the Queen's image was used from 1965 to 1989 and shows her wearing a tiara. Surrounding the portrait, the inscription reads, Elizabeth II DG Regina, which means, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. This design remained on Canadian pennies for decades before being replaced in later years. On the reverse, the traditional maple leaves on a twig are displayed, a design by G. E. Kruger Gray. This well-known image has been a staple of Canadian pennies, symbolizing the nation's heritage and strength. Below the leaves, the denomination 1 cent is marked, with Canada inscribed above and the year 1987 placed below. The standard composition of the 1987 penny was 98% copper, 1.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin. It weighs 2.5 grams and has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. However, a small number of these coins were struck with unusual errors or on different metal planchets, making them incredibly rare and valuable. One of the most notable errors is a penny mistakenly struck on a bronze planchet instead of the usual copper-plated zinc planchet. This rare mistake resulted in a coin with a different color, weight, and metallic properties. Experts can identify these error coins using weight tests and metal analysis, making them highly sought after by collectors. Another error that increases the value of some 1987 pennies is the double die effect. This happens when the coin's design is imprinted twice, creating a visible doubling, especially on the date and lettering. These types of errors are rare and dramatically increase a coin's value, as collectors are always looking for unique minting mistakes. Additionally, a few 1987 pennies were struck with a proof-like finish, making them stand out due to their mirror-like surface and sharper details. These coins were never intended for circulation, and their existence has only been confirmed in a handful of cases. Proof-like versions in perfect condition can command a huge price at auctions. Over the years, very few of these rare error pennies have been found. Their extreme scarcity and high demand among collectors have pushed their value into the millions. Every discovery of a new variation fuels excitement in the numismatic community, as the hunt for these elusive pennies continues. One of the most famous sales of a 1987 Canadian penny occurred in a rare error version in near-perfect condition sold for a record-breaking $1.69 million. This jaw-dropping price stunned collectors and reinforced the importance of carefully checking old coins for hidden treasures. The value of these rare 1987 pennies depends on factors such as the type of error, overall condition, and collector demand. While regular 1987 pennies are only worth face value, error versions can sell for thousands, with the rarest reaching into the millions. The highest prices are reserved for coins in mint condition with clear and well-documented errors. Many collectors dream of finding one of these valuable coins, as even a single discovery could be life-changing. Numismatists spend years searching through old collections, coin rolls, and estate sales, hoping to uncover one of these hidden gems. The possibility of finding $1 million penny keeps the search alive. Beyond its monetary worth, the 1987 Canadian 1-cent coin represents a piece of history. Coins featuring Queen Elizabeth II tell the story of her reign through different portraits and designs, making them an important part of Canadian numismatic heritage. Even though the Canadian penny was discontinued in 2012, its legacy continues through rare and valuable examples like this one. Collectors are more determined than ever to find rare pennies before they become even harder to locate. The search for rare coins is a passion that connects collectors worldwide. Whether it's through searching old piggy banks or bidding at auctions, the thrill of coin collecting never fades. For those interested in the hobby, learning about mint errors and variations is crucial. Knowing what to look for can mean the difference between an ordinary penny and a fortune. As time goes on, the scarcity of these rare era pennies will only increase, making them even more valuable. Coins like this serve as proof that even the smallest pieces of currency can hold tremendous historical and financial significance. Collectors and investors are always on the lookout for these exceptional coins. The possibility of finding $1 million penny keeps the numismatic community engaged and motivated to continue the search. Top 2. The most valuable and rare. The 1988 Canadian 1-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II is one of the rarest and most valuable pennies ever discovered. While millions of these coins were minted, a few rare errors and variations have turned some of them into highly sought-after treasures. These exceptional coins have sold for unbelievable amounts, making them a dream find for collectors and numismatists. The obverse of the coin features a right-facing portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This depiction of the Queen, wearing a tiara, was used on Canadian coins from 1965 to 1989. The inscription around her image reads, Elizabeth II DG Regina, meaning, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. This design remained a staple of Canadian currency for years before being updated in later versions. On the reverse side, the traditional maple leaves on a twig are prominently displayed, a design by G. E. Kruger Gray. This iconic image symbolizes Canada's strength and heritage, making it one of the most recognizable features of the country's coinage. The coin also includes the words, 1 cent, below the leaves, Canada, above them, and the year, 1988, inscribed at the bottom. The standard 1988 penny was made from copper-plated zinc, unlike earlier pennies that contained more copper. It has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters and weighs 2.5 grams. However, a small number of these coins were mistakenly struck using different planchets, creating rare errors that have made them extremely valuable. One of the most significant errors found on some 1988 pennies is a coin mistakenly struck on a bronze planchet instead of the expected copper-plated zinc. This rare mistake resulted in a coin with a different metallic composition, color, and weight, making it highly sought after by collectors who recognize its uniqueness. Another rare error that increases the value of these pennies is the double die effect. This occurs when the design is imprinted twice onto the coin, creating visible doubling on the lettering and date. Such errors are incredibly rare and add significant value to the coin, as they are highly prized by numismatists. Additionally, some 1988 pennies were struck with a proof-like finish, which was never intended for general circulation. These coins feature sharper details and a mirror-like surface, making them distinct from standard pennies. When found in top condition, these proof-like coins can sell for extraordinary prices at auctions. Over the years, only a handful of these rare era pennies have been discovered, making them some of the most valuable Canadian coins ever found. Their extreme rarity and high demand have made them legendary among collectors. Each time a new variation is uncovered, it fuels excitement and increases interest in searching for these hidden treasures. One of the most incredible moments in coin collecting history occurred when a rare 1988 Canadian penny, featuring a unique error, was sold at auction for an astounding $1.99 million. This record-breaking sale shocked collectors and proved that rare pennies could be worth an unimaginable fortune. The value of these rare 1988 pennies depends on factors such as the type of error, condition, and collector demand. While regular 1988 pennies are worth only face value, error versions can sell for thousands, with the rarest examples reaching into the millions. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition with well-documented errors fetch the highest prices. Finding one of these rare pennies would be a life-changing event for any collector. Numismatists spend years searching through old collections, coin rolls, and estate sales, hoping to uncover one of these valuable pieces. The dream of finding $1 million penny keeps collectors motivated in their never-ending search. Beyond their financial worth, these rare pennies hold historical significance. Coins featuring Queen Elizabeth II represent different stages of her reign, making them an important part of Canada's numismatic legacy. Each variation tells a story of the past and preserves a moment in history. Even though the Canadian penny was discontinued in 2012, its legacy lives on through rare and valuable examples like this one. The demand for rare pennies continues to grow as more collectors recognize their historical and financial importance. The world of rare coin collecting is filled with excitement and surprises. Whether it's through searching old piggy banks or attending auctions, the thrill of discovering a valuable coin is what keeps collectors engaged in the hobby. For those interested in coin collecting, understanding mint errors and variations is essential. Knowing what to look for can mean the difference between an ordinary penny and a life-changing discovery. As time goes on, the scarcity of these rare error pennies will only increase, making them even more valuable. Coins like this prove that even the smallest pieces of currency can hold tremendous worth and historical significance. Collectors and investors are constantly searching for these extraordinary coins. The possibility of finding $1 million penny keeps the numismatic community excited and eager to continue the hunt. Top 1. The most valuable and rare. The 1991 Canadian 1-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II is one of the rarest and most valuable pennies ever produced. While millions of pennies were struck in Canada, the 1991 edition stands out due to its extreme scarcity. With a low mintage and a few rare error variations, this penny has become a legendary find among collectors, with some examples selling for record-breaking prices. The obverse of this coin features the right-facing portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Dora de Pettery Hunt. This version of the Queen's portrait was introduced in 1990, showing a more mature depiction of her compared to earlier designs. Surrounding her image is the inscription, Elizabeth II DG Regina, which translates to, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. The reverse showcases the classic maple leaves on a twig, designed by G. E. Kruger Gray. This design had been a staple of the Canadian 1-cent coin for decades, symbolizing the country's identity and natural beauty. Below the leaves, the denomination 1 cent is displayed, with Canada above and the year 1991 positioned at the bottom. What makes the 1991 penny exceptionally rare is its incredibly low mintage. Only a limited number of these coins were produced by the Royal Canadian Mint, making it one of the scarcest Canadian pennies ever struck. Due to this, finding one in high-grade condition is extremely difficult, adding to its desirability. On top of its low mintage, a small number of these coins were struck with errors, making them even more valuable. One of the rarest errors involves the coin being struck on a planchet intended for a different year, leading to weight and metal composition differences that experts can identify. Another highly sought-after error is the double die variety, where the design elements appear slightly duplicated due to a misalignment during minting. This type of error significantly increases the coin's value, as collectors look for rare variations that set a coin apart from standard issues. Some 1991 pennies also exist with a proof-like finish, never meant for circulation. These specially struck coins feature sharper details and a mirror-like shine, making them stand out. Because only a few of these proof-like examples have been confirmed, their value continues to climb. Over the years, collectors have recognized the rarity of the 1991 Canadian penny, leading to fierce competition whenever one appears at auction. With so few available, any well-preserved example becomes a hot commodity in the numismatic world. One of the most shocking sales of a 1991 Canadian penny took place at an auction, where an ultra-rare specimen fetched an astounding $2.5 million. This record-breaking price stunned collectors and reinforced the idea that even a humble 1-cent coin can hold immense value under the right conditions. The value of these rare 1991 pennies depends on their condition, rarity, and any unique errors present. While most 1991 pennies are worth only their face value, error coins or high-grade examples can sell for thousands, with the rarest reaching millions. Collectors will pay top dollar for specimens in uncirculated condition with verifiable errors. Finding one of these valuable pennies is like discovering hidden treasure. Many collectors spend years searching through old coin collections, hoping to stumble upon one of these rare gems. The possibility of finding $1 million penny keeps the excitement of coin collecting alive. Beyond their financial worth, these rare pennies represent a piece of Canada's history. Coins featuring Queen Elizabeth II mark different eras of her reign, making them an essential part of the country's numismatic heritage. The 1991 penny, with its low mintage and rare errors, holds special significance in this collection. Although Canada discontinued the penny in 2012, its legacy lives on through rare and valuable coins like this one. Many collectors continue to hunt for elusive pennies, knowing their value will only rise as time passes. Rare coin collecting is a passion that brings together enthusiasts from around the world. Whether searching through old change or bidding at high-profile auctions, the thrill of finding a rare coin is an experience unlike any other. For those interested in coin collecting, learning about mint errors and rarity is crucial. Understanding what makes a coin valuable can help collectors recognize hidden treasures that others might overlook. As the years go by, the availability of these rare 1991 pennies will only decrease, making them even more valuable. Coins like this serve as proof that even the smallest pieces of currency can hold incredible historical and financial significance. Collectors and investors alike continue to search for these exceptional coins, hoping to add $1 million penny to their collection. The excitement surrounding rare pennies keeps the numismatic world engaged and motivated to uncover more hidden treasures.